I want to focus on what I think is a huge concern, and that huge concern is those that came here illegally.
Preach,
So I'm
Charles.
going to roll out a couple of things for you. First, I want you to see this chart.
Wow.
25 illegal immigrants were arrested in this operation. They were from Venezuela, Cuba, Colombia, Guatemala, Honduras, and Mexico.
Thank God they were arrested.
16% of these total arrests were people who should not even have been in this country, but they were here. And they were here because we have a federal government that enabled these criminals to come into the country and then
You heard what he said? Enable. Our government enabled these illegal immigrants to come in and basically commit crimes. Enabled by Kamala and Biden.
treated them very well after the criminals came here
Of course.
illegally. So let me share a story with you, and then I'm going to read a quote for you, and then let you see a video. The prostitutes that came here, several of them had to pay off a coyote debt.
Okay.
Some of them said, hey, we did it because it was easy money. Others said, well, we came here and we were illegal, we couldn't get employment, so we turned to prostitution.
That makes sense.
Some of them said, we were threatened and our family was threatened if we did not prostitute for the coyotes or for the human traffickers. So I'm going to tell you one story about one of our suspects, Maria, and that's not her real name. She's from Venezuela. She made a conscious decision to come to this country to commit crime. She flew into Mexico from Venezuela.
It was a conscious decision to come in and commit a crime. Again, conscious decision.
She walked across from Juarez, Mexico into El Paso, Texas with her one-year-old child, where she was greeted by the Border Patrol. Did you hear what I said? She was greeted by the Border Patrol. There was no sneaking. She flew in, she got here, she simply walked across the open border. There is no border security at the southern border. Zero. It doesn't exist.
Wow. Wow. And all this shit that Kamala has been talking about in interviews, that they're going to work to tighten the security at the border. Where the fuck is that? There's no security at the border. None. Zero. Nada in Spanish. Nada. No security at the border. They just walking in and they greet them. Like, they're going to keep doing the same shit, guys. Same shit. Nothing is going to change. If we don't kick them out, nothing is going to change, and the country is going to go to shit.
So when she was greeted, and you'll understand why we use that term in a minute, you'll understand that she went to the Border Patrol processing, where in one day she completed the processing and was released to a facility, a holding facility, a housing facility.
In one day. Not even. Probably less than 24 hours. More than likely. Because I'm pretty sure he's counting daylight. Probably 9 in the morning to 9 at night. That's not 24 hours. That's one business day.
For immigrants. She said I was given a DNA test to make sure that my DNA matched my child's. He was given a DEA test to make sure he was really my child.
At least.
She said once that occurred, they set me down and they told me all about the benefits that I would get in the United States. She said I was eligible and I had to fill out these forms.
How is someone that just got here, never worked here, never contributed to the economy, never paid any fucking taxes? They just got here. They are illegal. No social, no work permit. How in the fuck are they eligible for any benefits? How? Please drop that in the comments and explain it to me how that person is fucking eligible to get it, any fucking type of benefits.
So that I could get those benefits. She said, so I fill forms
Of
out
course.
for Medicaid,
Wow.
for SNAP, which is money for food. She said I was given free travel from the border to Chicago. When I got to Chicago, I couldn't find gainful employment there, so I thought, what the heck? I'll go to Florida. And then I got.
So they flew her to Chicago on our tax dollars. She couldn't find work. And then they flew her again on our tax dollars to Florida. What do you think about that? Now, on the other hand, P Freak Diddy got charged for flying women across the states. Same shit our government is doing with illegal immigrants on our tax dollars. At least Diddy use his own fucking money. It's just wow. It's just I don't even have words for that.
To fly to Florida. She was giving free housing. All
Of course you
because the
did.
United States paid for that.
Why not?
That's right. You, the taxpayers,
Yeah.
got to pay for that.
Us, the
So this
taxpayers.
was all simply walking across the border. She said it was unbelievable to me. But let me read her quote.
It's unbelievable to me too.
Because understand, she walked across the border. This was not a stealthful act. And then they gave her free travel, free housing, free food, free medical care.
Wow.
All why people
Wow.
from the hurricane are still waiting for help.
Exactly. Exactly. Man.
Let me read in English, and then we're going to play the video clip she agreed to do if we'd use another name. When I passed through immigration, they sat me down and explained to me all the benefits I was eligible for. I was told I could apply for government assistance. I could apply for health medical insurance for my son.
Well, that one, okay. He's a child. It's not his fault. So that one I'm not even mad at. Because he's a child. He doesn't know what's going on. It's not his fault. He didn't choose to come over here. But everything else, I'm gonna let him go down the list again. It's gonna be listing everything else.
I could apply for food assistance.
Mm-hmm.
After I finished
What else?
talking to immigration, a short time passed until a DNA test was done on me and my son to prove that he was my son.
At least he did that.
Then they set me down with other people who were also waiting and had already qualified to be released.
Okay.
Then
Wow.
they explained to us that the documents we had in our hands were our personal identification in the United States.
What else?
And we could use the documents to travel on buses and airplanes.
What else?
They also explained to us that we could use those documents to apply for our documents to become legal here.
Are you serious? Yo, I can, you can, wow. I am so disappointed and frustrated. They just got here. They got all these free benefits. Most of us don't get. People that have just went through chaos and catastrophe, they don't get. And on top of that, they give them all the documents they need to legalize their status here in one fucking day. One day. Never pay taxes here. Never work here. Never contributed to the economy. Never nothing. On top of that, they are felons because coming into the country illegally in any way, shape, or form is a felon. But they don't get a record. They get rewarded. Wow. I don't know about you, but I'm frustrated with this.
And after that, they explained all the. After they explained all of the benefits, they said, "Welcome to the United States of North America."
Of course.
And from there, they transported us to a refugee camp. And all of this occurred in one day.
One
So,
day.
welcome to the United States. This is someone who just crossed the border illegally
Exactly.
and to commit crime.
Exactly.
And they were not only welcome to the United States, but then they were giving all kinds of benefits at the cost of the taxpayer. So let's listen to her in her words,
Yes.
and then we'll move on from there to.
My first language is Spanish. So I'm going to listen to this video and I'll confirm if what he traduced, which should be because they have people who interpret for them, is exactly word by word what he read.
Other topics.
Bueno, cuando pasé, me sentaron, me explicaron todos los beneficios que tenía, que podía recurrir a ayudas del gobierno,
Claro que
podía
sí.
recurrir a seguros para el niño, seguros médicos,
Okay.
podía recurrir a ayuda para el bebé solamente, ayuda de comida. Y allí, bueno, después que terminé de hablar con las personas, pasó un ratito que me hicieron la prueba de ADN para ver que mi hijo, o sea, no, era mi hijo, pues para comprobar que era mi hijo. Y después allí me sentaron en unas sillas con las otras personas que habían calificado ese día para salir. Y ahí nos explicaron que los documentos que no estaban en nuestras manos, pues eran como nuestra identificación aquí en Estados Unidos, que con eso podíamos viajar en bus, en avión, que con eso podíamos sacar nuestros papeles más legalmente aquí. Y después que nos explicaron todo eso de las ayudas y toda la cuestión, pues nos dijeron bienvenidos a los Estados Unidos de Norteamérica y ya decidimos llevarnos a un refugio y salimos de migración.
Now understand there are 4 women listed here as.
Applause. We got applause. Fucking Kamala and Biden. You guys are. Wow. 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 I can even. You know how I feel right now after watching that video? If you put me in the same room with Kamala and Biden, I will punch the shit out of their faces. Probably straight to their mouth. Because this is unbelievable. This shit, this neglect for US citizens, because I'm not even mad at the immigrants. I'm not. Because if you have an opportunity, you will seize it. Anybody that sees an opportunity, loophole, that they can take advantage of a system that is giving you free shit, of course you're going to take it. So I'm not mad at them. I'm mad at the situation. Because these 2 retards are taking advantage not only of the nation, but our money, our tax-paying dollars. That's what I'm frustrated at.
Human trafficking victims that were smuggled across the border in addition to her. 2 of the human trafficking victims admitted they had to pay off a coyote debt of $6,000. Make no mistake about it, the government is complicit and is aiding and abetting human trafficking in the United States because they're creating an environment for people to start out here at more than they amassed where they came from.
Do you hear that? Do you hear that? They can start here at more than what they had before, where they came from. Shit, I want to get free food, free housing, free flights, free Medicare, free healthcare, period. You know how much healthcare is? I mean, you should know how much health insurance is in this fucking country. And they just got here and they get free health insurance. I don't even know what to say. Because it's just one after the other one, after the other one, after the other one, after the other one. Sheriff said they are accessories. They're aiding and abetting. So they should go to jail, both of them, with all the damn administration, Biden, Kamala, and everybody behind them. All of them should get fucking arrested. One, for creating this shit show, and two, for stealing from us. Because that's what they're doing. That's exactly what they are doing. They are stealing from us.
In addition to that, there is a wide open border where fentanyl is coming across, and that is encouraged. And as a result of that, we have thousands upon thousands of people dying in the United States. And then the best that our federal politicians could say was, well, it didn't kill as many people this year as last year. I don't even need to comment more about that.
Exactly.
All the while, we have people that are suffering that have not received help yet from the federal government as a result of the hurricanes.
Exactly. All these people in Florida and I think it's South Carolina or North Carolina, one of the Carolinas. The Carolina storm, hurricane was in August. Those people still have no power 2 months later. No power, no clean water 2 months later. And you taking our money to give free housing, free food, and free healthcare to those immigrants that haven't even contributed to the economy? Seriously? Seriously? People lost their houses. People that were paying for a mortgage of 5, 10, 15, 20, 25 years. People who had their houses paid off already. They lost their houses. And you can help them, but you can contribute to this shit show just because you want to steal half of the budget, because that's what you're doing. You want to steal half of the budget, and then you want to try and turn them citizens as soon as possible so they can elect you again for presidency. That's your plan. That's the plan. Steal half of the budget, make them citizens as soon as possible so they can vote. That shit's not gonna happen. They're not gonna vote. We're not gonna let that shit happen. We're not gonna let that shit fly. But you and Biden should get fucking arrested, both of you. Both of you.
In North Carolina and in Florida, in Polk County, the aid's not come through yet. There are people, irrespective of the hurricanes, in this nation that need help, that need support. But they don't get that support
No.
that these folks get for coming across the border illegally.
Preach, Sheriff.
When are we going to get tired of this? When have we had enough? When are we going to say the hardworking people in the United States are who we need to be taking care of?
Right on the fucking point. That's my that sheriff, him, my favorite guy. Cause he's straight to the point. Everything he just said is right. When are we gonna get? I've been fucking tired of this shit. Been tired of that. Like I said in my videos before, we can need to kick them out. These two dumbasses, Kamala and Biden. Biden is fucking senile. It's like dementia shit. But Kamala, what's your excuse? What's your excuse? Aside from just wanting to steal half of the budget.
not creating an environment and encouraging people to come across the border illegally in violation of federal law, and then welcoming them to the United States and showering them with gifts at the taxpayer's expense, while people in our own nation are not receiving what they should receive. And here's the human trafficker we were able to arrest. Travis Hutchinson, he's 25, he lives in Davenport. He was dealing with two females, one from Colombia and one from Venezuela. Now the Colombian came to Mexico, to California, and then to here. She was recruited by a coyote who took her to the border and said, all you have to do is walk across. Understand, the coyotes weren't even having to smuggle or hide them in vehicles and bring them across the border late at night. The coyote now rounds you up, takes you to the border, and says, walk right through here and go into that processing center.
Can you believe that? Like, coyotes, they don't even making free money now. They say, hey, bunch of people, hey, I want to go to United. Come on, just walk through the border, and you owe me $6 each. Yes, we meet here, walk through the border. You owe me $6 each, because they know the loophole themselves. It's like a big fucking business between the coyotes and Kamala and Biden. I think that's what it is. Aside from stealing the budget, they have a business with the coyotes. Just send everybody in, charge them $6,000, and then we split the profits. Because what other excuse do you have to turn your own country into shit? Come on, man. Seriously?
Well, our Colombian victim and our Venezuelan victim of human trafficking met there. And then they were flown from California to Florida. Now, Travis was here. He was talking to the coyote in California who said, I'm sending them to you. And
Wow.
they had to work to pay off the debt. Travis would set up the appointments. They were having to turn as many as 20 tricks a day apiece in order to pay off their debt.
Wow.
So they were paying the coyote's debt off. They were then paying Travis, and he was setting up all of these operations. Oh, they can even use Cash App if you don't have cash.
Wow.
It's amazing to me.
Wow.
So, Travis, when they would refuse.
So they had a digital prostitute business. Digital prostitution business.
Or say, I'm tired, I don't want to do this anymore, he would slap and choke one of our victims.
Of course.
And threaten them if they did not get out and go back to work. It is exciting. If this operation had only involved his arrest, it would have been a success. But let me go over a few more of the arrests. Now, what would an autumn sweep operation be? What would any of our undercover operations be where we're dealing with human trafficking, prostitution, child predators, without Disney? We always arrest Disney employees.
No.
This is Ubanus, Muta.
Did he say your anus? No, I'm messing. I'm trying to get some humor out of this, because shit.
He's 28 from Davenport. He's a wood carving artist when he's not soliciting prostitution.
Of course.
This is Kyle Widmeyer. He's 20 from Philadelphia. He works as a custodian for Disney. He said he just moved to Florida at the end of September from Philadelphia. Well, Kyle, welcome to Florida. Welcome to Polk County. Welcome to the jail. And there's Juan Albino. He's 35. He's from Haines City. He works backstage utilities. Oh, by the way, he's married and had a wife at home. And of course, being patriotic, people wanting to have sex, there's the military members. Juan Barrio, who's 47. He's a disabled vet. He was born in Colombia. Norel Cooper, from Orlando, Navy Reserve, supply clerk. He's stationed in Jacksonville. Then there's Alejandro Parra. He's 20 from Davie, Florida. He's a paralegal in the Army, stationed in Orlando. You know what he told us? I literally do this at my job.
What?
Meaning, he processes papers for soldiers that are arrested. Well, heck, when he bonds out, he can go process his own paperwork. You know what I mean? And then I always like to point out the loyal husbands who leave their wives or fiancés at home while they have sex. So here's Leanthony Williams. He was arrested on Friday, October the 4th, just before he was to get married on Tuesday,
What?
4 days later. The fiancé was out of town
Wow.
at the time, and hey, he had some spare time on his hands. What can you say? You know, his quote was this, I hope she doesn't find out. Well, newsflash, it's going to be on every
She
station,
just found
on
out.
social media. You know, she's going to find out. Then there's Jonathan Webster. He came all the way from the UK, from England. He was here on a 2-week
Wow.
vacation.
Wow. Can you imagine, like, how do you explain to your wife that you came from the UK to get a prostitute to Florida, all the way from the UK? That's like an 8, 9, probably 10-hour flight. How, how do you explain that? But on another note, let's end it on this. Like I said before, I am not against the immigrants that come into the country, meaning I am not against them seizing the opportunity and taking advantage of the loophole that our government, these idiots, are giving them. Because whenever you can get an advantage on anything in life to get ahead, anybody will take that advantage. So I don't blame them. But who I'm blaming is this idiot Kamala and Biden. Because like Sheriff said, you are not investing, using so much of our tax dollars to give all these immigrants, illegal immigrants that just got here, all these benefits, which again, I don't understand how someone who just got to the country is eligible and qualifies for all these benefits: food stamps, cell phone, free flights, free healthcare, free housing, and then all these United citizens, all these American citizens in Florida and North Carolina who need help building back their homes because they lost their homes. Why don't you help them? Do you know that Citizens, which is the Florida state insurer for home insurance, they have no money to help all these people that lost their houses in Florida with the hurricane? No money. Yet Kamala is using all this money to bring all these immigrants in and give them all the benefits. Like all these free benefits that most of us don't get. Why don't you just take that money and help these people in Florida that just lost their houses and everything? Why don't you just fund the citizens insurance for Florida so they can help out all these people that just lost their houses, who are basically homeless and haven't received help, have no power, no clean water? Like, what in the fuck, man? How are you not helping your own people first? I just don't understand that. I don't understand that. It doesn't make any sense. It's not logical to me. But hey, I might be wrong. You might disagree with me, but I'm just gonna let you right now. I'm just gonna go in a different way from all my other conclusions. I don't give a shit if you agree with me or not, because this is wrong. I don't give a shit. I don't care what you think about me. I appreciate everyone who comments and gives it a like, but in reality, I don't give a shit if you think I'm wrong, because this is wrong what they're doing. They are taking advantage of us. They are literally fucking us out of our own money and not helping the people they should help. Again, just Like this video, share it, and please subscribe to the channel to support. You can watch my other videos. They're gonna be here and here. And again, like I always say, try to have a blessed and exclusive day. Peace.